Here's one of those interesting things. Look, we look at the side of the lock wall where it's kind of like dripping water and stuff. And now normally you'd think that's because the lock's been full and then emptied. However, that couldn't possibly be the case. The water's down there, not there where it's dripping. Oh, it's magic. It's some kind of spooky magic. Look at that. It couldn't possibly be that that was the lock being full that caused that. Are you looking at my bird? I can't remember what day it is now. Day 9, 8. So I don't know. Yeah. The thing is, after a few days out boating, you don't care. So some friends come to stay from Skipton down to Saltaire. Saltaire's weird place. There's a boat there called the Piano Raft. If you want to Google it, Piano Raft. It's a kind of floating piece of artwork. Absolutely fantastic. It looks like I don't know what it looks like. From the canal side, it looks totally different than it does from the towpath side. But it's probably worth Googling. Canal Raft. And as for me, I'm just mega chilled. A lovely couple of days with some friends. Found a really great little boozer that does remarkable food. I'm not even sure where it is. It's called the Marquess of Granby. And it's somewhere near, I don't know where it's near, Silsden or something. I don't know. And it doesn't matter. Look at this. How idyllic is that? So that's why I've missed a couple of days, because I've just not been bothered to do any filming. That's what being chilled out is all about. So today we are headed toward Leeds, and we should be in, I don't know what they call it these days, Clarence Dock, Leeds Dock, by the Royal Armouries, sometime early this evening. And then tomorrow we're having a rest day, sort of a rest day in Leeds, where I'm going to try some street photography. So that's that. People say you don't do many videos of the locks. Well, no, I don't. Perhaps I should have done. Anyway, this is the last lock, staircase lock. So there's another chamber behind there. We came down in there, those gates open, we sail out into here, they let the water out of this one, and then we escape through there. So that's it, that's the last of the staircase locks. We've got a couple more locks to do, but that's it for the staircases. There we are, the last, and that's known as Oddie Lock, and that's where we are in Leeds, back in Leeds. Hey, only seems a few days ago we was here. Oh, yeah, it was only a few days ago that it was there. Anyway, very pleasant all the same. In fact, it only seems a few days ago I did a video about this rather remarkable road tunnel with the exceptional graffiti. And that's because it was only a couple of days ago that I did. This is getting silly. I'll stop now. Might start again in a minute, but for now I'll stop. Back in Leeds, and ironically I set myself the task, actually forget that for a minute, on the towpath totty score. I have to admit, fucking hell, Leeds has definitely got it. Sorry, I couldn't resist. Yes. What was I saying? I don't know. Suddenly, my mind went blank. Oh, how I wish I was flying away to some hot and sexy destination. I should check on flight radar because that's probably going to Saudi Arabia or something, which is hot but not at all sexy. I set myself the target when I decided to, or well, not when I decided to, when we decided to have this autumn break. I set a target of banging some words out on chapter 4, and chapter 4 has been a difficult one for a number of reasons. And some of these apartments here, or two of them in particular, are one of those reasons as well. And but having said that, what a beautiful block of flats this is. And if anyone ever gets to read this book, there will be a short story in there about a fishing rod and why you would have a fishing rod. I guess you'll just have to buy the book if it ever gets published to find out what all that shit's about. But it is quite funny. Yeah. So a few memories tied up over there, and nice memories as well. Now I usually go through the other side of this little bridge here, so if I get stuck on this side, you'll know there's a problem. But anyway, that is that. We're now coming into Leeds. Doesn't seem like it, but it's nearly 8 years ago that we walked down here, down past that lock into, well, it's still, they're still doing it out, still making Granary Wharf and whatever. And as some will have heard the story of playing frisbee across the canal, well, across a small part of the canal, with frozen pizzas, until the police came along, told us to pick up the pizzas and piss off. So this is now the last lock before Granary Wharf. It's where we moored the other day, and that's that building that I took the photo of, I took the slow exposure of. It looks really nice, but not really Leeds. It looks more like, I don't know, should be in somewhere like Dubai or Hong Kong. Hey, back in Leeds. Now then, we're in Leeds. Clarence Dock, or Leeds Dock as it now appears to be called. Isn't that nice? It's not raining. And I have to be honest, I have to be bluntly honest, Leeds really does have the best totty we've encountered on this trip so far. I threw that in just in case anyone was to think that I have become less shallow while away. I haven't become less shallow while away. I've just become mellow and shallow while away. It's lovely. The thing is, this is an addenda to yesterday's video. Because in yesterday's video we were coming down into Leeds on Monday, and I forgot to post it. So I'll do a little addenda because today's Wednesday. And today is World Mental Health Day. And there's lots of people caught up with issues around mental health. You might be one of them. I certainly am. But sometimes there are coping strategies. This is mine, or one of mine. So maybe let's not be so reluctant to talk about mental health issues. We don't need to view them in any other way than we would physical health issues. If someone broke a leg, they'd have a pot on it, or a plaster cast, as we say. So just because you can't see an injury doesn't mean it isn't there, and doesn't mean it isn't real. Doesn't mean it isn't disabling. You wouldn't expect to run 200 metres with a pot on your leg in exactly the same way as you wouldn't be expected to go into a meeting if you've got a severely disabling depressive episode. So today, Wednesday, for Mental Health Day, just take time out for yourself and for those that you might give a shit about. And if life gives you lemons, make a gin and tonic.